Galloway woman who beat and starved a 9-year-old child pleads guilty to child endangerment charges. Stephanie Gregory admitted in court that she intentionally starved the child and struck them multiple times with a metal spatula. Gregory also made another child, a 6-year-old, watch the beatings take place. Her guilty plea carries a 5-year prison sentence. She will have no contact with the victims or their mother.
And here's two more evil parents. Georgia parents arrested after starving 10-year-old son runs away to beg for food, per the New York Post. These evil monsters kept this 10-year-old boy locked in a room with no light, no food. He was found wandering their neighborhood looking for a grocery store. The child was simply put, being starved to death, and it is tragic, the district attorney, Mary Border, said during a press conference. I truly believe that he had not gotten out of that home, this would be a very different case. The parents were accused of locking the child inside his bedroom and leaving him alone in the home for extended periods of time on multiple occasions with no access to lights, food, clothing, or adult interaction and or assistance, according to court documents. They also allegedly withheld hot water, views of the outside, toilet paper, and human interaction from the 10-year-old, and even beat him at one point, causing further injuries. If you look at these two evil monsters, whether celebrating their anniversary as their child is starving, you would never look at these people and believe that this exists. But these are only the people we know about. What about the kids that we don't know about? It also goes on to say the starving child was quickly taken to a nearby hospital where he's being treated for malnutrition and a low heart rate. The boy also suffered from dental injury and disfiguration. This is another disturbing case of child abuse. These people lived in this beautiful house. They had other children, but only withheld food from the 10-year-old. At least all the children now have been removed, and the parents are being charged with criminal attempts to commit a felony, false imprisonment, 2 counts of battery, and 3 cruelty to children counts. What a beautiful home, huh? You wouldn't know there was a child there living in pure hell, just like the case I showed you before. Things have to change, people. Somehow, some way, laws have to be more strict or stricter in child abuse cases because we're seeing more and more children end up dead because of monsters that look like this. You would never know. I'm sure their friends would say they would have never thought that. But somehow the child, through the grace of God, got out that day. And neighbors seen him and called law enforcement. He begged the officers not to return him to these two evil monsters. So I hope, unlike the other case, that they get more than 5 years in jail. It's sad any child has to go through such torture in their young life, especially living in a house like this, knowing it's not because they couldn't afford it. It's just because they were pure evil. And until next time, you guys.